Okay. Let me open my window. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. We are live to do more awful drawing. Not awful, awful. I mean, I was about to say they're getting better, but they're not. Funny enough, it's not getting much better, but it is drawing nonetheless. I'm just gonna check that I'm actually sounding okay, and then we can get underway. Um, so I have to go through YouTube, my channel, and then I go manage videos, and then live, and then I have my video that's live. And I click on the link. And there we go. Okay. Don't have to worry about that anymore. So just explaining what this is all about, this video. Essentially, I am not a drawer of any kind, and I've making this channel essentially for my music portfolio. So you might be thinking, why am I drawing if this is a music portfolio? But essentially, I am drawing so that I can do something that is something that I'm fairly poor at. You know, I haven't got much talent in, but that I can be confident enough to show off because I know I'm bad at it. Um, I think there's kind of a sense of when you have something that you're good at, let's say, well, I don't want to say I'm good at music. If there's something that you want to be good at and you try and show it off and then it turns out to be quite bad, it's quite difficult for yourself to put it out there. So I'm trying to find a way. This is me trying to find my own way of putting out something so that I can go, look, I'm bad at this thing, and then I don't have to feel so bad about it. Um, so yeah, so that's essentially what I'm doing. Eventually, I'm hoping to move from this to music, and hopefully, I'm not as harsh on myself because I've already got the fundamentals set up of how to do a stream, which is what I'm doing now. So essentially, I'm getting the fundamentals down, and then I'm going to start doing music stuff, and we'll see where it goes from there. Um, so I'll go through some drawings that I have so far. So I got this little guy, which okay. So here's a thing that I've realized. When it comes to mirroring, so if I stop mirroring and then re-mirror, okay. Well, for starters, that happens, which is a tad annoying. Oh, actually, no, that's probably fine. So, yep, that's fine. So you can kind of see how when I go into a drawing, it kind of goes in. You can't see me zooming around. I don't know why that is. And then when I come out again and I go back in again, and you can kind of see me drawing, but you kind of see the full picture rather than what I'm just doing while I'm streaming. Um, this might be a setting in Procreate itself. Or maybe, yeah, maybe it is a setting in Procreate itself, but it's so I don't have to show you other drawings in case, I don't know, for whatever reason I wouldn't want to show you it. So yeah, I can go out there, and then as soon as I click on Procreate, I click on a drawing, and then yeah, you just can't see me do the zoomy actions, which I guess isn't a bad thing. I mean, you can still see me drawing here, can't you? You can still see me drawing in the corner. So I guess it's just a weird quirk of this particular app. Um, which isn't a bad thing. It's just I don't know why they do it really. Okay, so I guess I can show you like a couple of pictures. I got like this one. That was the first one that I did. I'm gonna be honest. I think that was probably my best one. I got like this one here. I am zooming around, but yeah, it's not doing it. So yep, got this one here. As you can see, I just can't get the proportions right. I don't know why that is, but anyway, let's go into a new drawing now. You can see the new face over here, and yeah, I don't exactly know what to talk about while we do this, but we'll get there as we go, I guess. Uh, it's quite a nice day out here. What am I talking about? It's quite a nice day out here. That's what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about the fucking weather. I'm going to small talk with the entire world. I can't. There we go. Oh, I know. We're on ink mode, aren't we? So this is Procreate. So you got like a sketching mode, you got an ink mode. So let's just do the drawing. I guess you can't really see this, but I'm doing like a hand action, going around and around in circles, and then I touch it. Oh, and then I screw up the circle. That's quite good though, ain't it? So that's going to be the top of the head. A lot of these faces are facing towards me, which kind of does me a favor because it means I can put a line like that and then a line like that. Oh, I should say these faces are provided by let me go back. No. These are provided by Kelsey Rodriguez. Now these individual faces, she probably just grabbed these from Pinterest, but she does her own channel about drawing, and you can see Kelsey Rodriguez there talking about it. Pretty sure on one of these she does show some of the drawings that she made. I don't know, I can't find it, but yeah, so she does drawings and she's very good at it, so I probably recommend you subscribe to her. So one thing I've noticed about people's faces is that their eyeballs are further apart than I normally would assume. See, like eyeballs are like this in a way. I should really be thinking a bit more about, because she is facing me, sure, but she's kind of looking upwards a little bit. As you can see, is she or he? I actually don't know. I'm just gonna go with they. But they're looking up a bit. A bit like this. A bit like that. So yeah, so like I said, I'm not the best drawer in the world. This is just me having a little bit of fun though. It's funny, there was one person that subscribed and then they unsubscribed. And I have a feeling that they unsubscribed after, because they probably saw me drawing, and they're like, oh, okay, they know what they're doing, you know, they're kind of doing the basic face structure, and then they're like, oh shit, what's going on with the face? Am I making the assumption that the nose is off place? Kind of got that, and then the nose is. I actually think the nose might be the most difficult bit for me to draw, as I don't generally look at people's noses. It's just not really a thing that I care too much about. like, oh, you got a beautiful nose. It's like, no, it's not really a thing I think about, really. And if you do have a beautiful nose, that's great, but it doesn't really bother me, really. Yeah, okay. That's good enough. I'm not great with subtlety either. I see a part of the head that is particularly shaped. I really exaggerate it, it seems. Which might be good for cartooning. Doing a bit of a zooming here. She's got two pretty clear teeth there. It's not like, no, it's just very clear to me, those teeth. Don't wanna. Actually, the lips aren't that close. It's just more. It's just more. It goes into darkness at that point. Viva Ray. That's fucking awesome. Sorry. Um, there's a really cool artist called Fever Ray, and my friend is talking about it. That's what all the pinging was about on my watch. Assuming that you heard it, I don't know. So one thing happened at the end of today, which I wasn't expecting, which was well, I didn't have much else to do. Normally, I feel like I have a lot of things that I need to do. But yeah, I just didn't have that much else to do. It was a bit weird. So that's why I'm actually doing a bit of streaming. But it feels weird to get on with shit, you know, to get on with shit and then have time to do the stuff that I actually want to do. It's a bit odd. In a way, I actually was a bit nervous about doing this because I don't know. I feel like there's still a lot of tension in the act of streaming, which is why I try and do this kind of stuff. There we go. We've actually got a bit of. I think we've got a bit of a twisty motion going on. See, that's the thing. What I kind of realize about drawing is that with each drawing, we're just doing a little bit extra, a little bit. I don't expect this to be great, let's be honest, but there is a little bit extra that kind of comes along as we go. I still expect this to look like a something from Hotline Miami, though. You know those little faces in Hotline Miami? I don't know. I don't know if anyone who's going to watch this is going to know Hotline Miami too well, but it's a great game, though. Great game about murdering people. Literally, that is the whole game. I feel like her chin is a bit more of a point. That's the angle I feel like we're going for. Just give me a second. I'm gonna. Okay. Let's try and make these eyes look a bit less dead. So how I kind of think of it now is that the eyeball is just a circle, but over the top of the circle is an ellipse, and then in that ellipse is the eye. That's the eyeball, right? At the end of the day, that is, if you break down an eyeball, that is essentially what it is. So the lid is going to go as high as that, like that, and as low as that, because that's how an eye works. And then, see, that's the. Okay, here's the problem I went though. Oh no 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 no! That's actually fine. That is fine. That was fine. Can I? I don't know. Probably not now. I was getting a bit worried because the pupil, not the pupil, but like this eye bit, I don't know what you call it, wasn't there, but it is there. I realize again that you can't really see me zoomed in, so this looks very weird, I would assume. And the other thing I'm learning is try and make sure the circles are the same size. Otherwise you're going to end up with very different sized eyes. Jesus, this person looks like they're drunk and dead and buried. I don't know how some people manage this. I guess you just have to do it so many times, but my oh my. It's tricky. No wonder you need a degree for this thing. I'll say this, right? It's my art style. Okay? It's my freaking art style. Um, let's go down with the opacity. So this is the second layer. So this is my more me telling myself, yep, this is what I'm gonna do. That's funny. I've not really had lagging issues on this before, but I get a lot more lagging issues with the stream. Here we go. Eyeball. God, yeah, whatever. I feel like my drawings are more about bringing the deepest insecurities of people and just extracting that. I just look at the worst features of a person. It's not about realism. Jesus, that was something else. This is like cartoon. Whoa, that is true art right there. Jesus Christ. Right. Next drawing. Um, this person. I'll probably make this the last drawing of today. Later tonight, a couple of things actually I should mention. So I'm a fan of politics. Okay, I like my politics. Normally I like more U.S. politics because, well, I'll say this. So I'm 25, and I got into politics during, well, I've been into politics for a long, long time. Really, I've been into it since I was about 14, but I really got into it once Trump came in, right? And I'm not gonna be around the bush. I don't like Trump. I don't get him. I don't get why people like him. Well, I do kind of. I guess he's just a charismatic person. But yeah, I personally never got Trump. Uh, but the thing about, so I got into politics around 2016. That's really like the main time. It was also the time in the UK Brexit happened. It was the first thing I voted on, so I voted to stay. Um, First thing I voted on, and it's been crazy pretty much here in the UK ever since. I'm surprised that that Rwanda bill managed to get passed. I really am. Um, like, how the hell did it get passed? I don't know. I know that there was meant to be a Tory rebellion, right? So I think it's about 60 people who were saying we don't want to be a part of this bill. We're gonna vote against it. Sorry, I'm a bit unfocused. So let me just try and get this ridge underway. So this is like the eyeball's going to be here, right? I think instead of doing this, I'm just going to eyeball it. I don't think this is good for me. I mean, it is good for me, but I can't think like that right now. So anyway, with Trump, not Trump, with the Rwanda bill, that bill, I'm surprised that it managed to pass third hearing. Like, it really shouldn't have. Um, And I'm trying to think of what that's going to mean for... I'm trying to think if, like, if that technically means that we're going to start seeing that law come to pass, because the House of Lords, they're probably going to block some parts of that bill, right? Like, they're going to have to block some parts of that bill. And so the House of Lords essentially have the power to amend parts of the text. They could also block it for a year, but I doubt that they would do that because it seems I don't think they're allowed to block stuff that was in the manifesto. Although I'm going to be honest, what manifesto are we going with at this point? Because this is the third Prime Minister. So we had Boris Johnson and then Liz Truss and then Sunak. So if the House of Lords blocks it, could they say, no, you can't block it because of my manifesto? Well, what manifesto? This isn't your manifesto. I guess it's his government, but and he's in charge of that group, but it's not really his legislation, is it? It was Boris's legislation. So that's why I'm a bit confused. I don't exactly know what the House of Lords power would be on that, but let's just assume that they can't block it. They're gonna put a fuck ton of amendments on it, right? And surely the rebel group at some point would say, well, we don't want this. And this rebel group, for the record, is this rebel group would be the more far right people of the Conservative Party, right? I'm gonna completely fuck up this scale unless I do proper something like that. So what are the House of Lords really going to do about this? Because surely they can't just let this legislation pass when Europe's blocked it. When I say Europe, I mean the European courts have blocked it. I know there's been different people that said like, oh no, it can't be blocked and blah blah blah, but I don't know how this kind of thing can pass. Sorry, my thoughts were a bit scrambled there, but essentially, I'm just a bit confused on how the hell Sunak was able to get that pass without the party going completely against him. It's just surprising to me. I'm not gonna claim to understand. So it's gonna go up back here. Jesus, this is like a fucking nightmare. You know what? I'm gonna go with it though. I wanna go with it. This is my nightmare drawing. Nightmare. This is the problem. I start talking about politics and then this happens. So if that's the case, then the nose has to be here. I think that I need to bring the eye along a bit more. It's actually really hard for me to multitask something like this. In fact, you know what? I can't even be bothered anymore. I'm just gonna rush this. It might even turn out better if I rush it. This is fucking nuts. Uh, is there anything else I want to say about? The political situation? I mean, really, the main thing I just want to say is just like that how I just, yeah, like I said, pretty much I just can't believe that managed to pass. This is off by like a million margins. I need to what the fuck is, you know what, this is stylized now. This is this is a style now. This is something like from World of Goo. I almost kind of like it. I actually think it's my best work. This is incredible. Right. I'm not even going to draw the rest of the bits. This is just my own imagination at this point. But this is like where the hairline is, right? It's here. So I actually really kind of like this. I mean, it's not accurate at all. But who said the 100 faces has to be accurate? I just have to draw 100 faces. This is actually so good, I kind of just want to draw another one now. I do actually kind of want to draw another one now that I've drawn this one. I mean, it's kind of fucked, but in a fun way. I'm gonna draw another nightmare one. um, where are my nightmare drawings at? We got this one. We got this guy. I'm gonna rush this a bit more. You know, I think that's the way to do it. So I kind of drew the eye first. And then drew the head. This guy's head is barely a circle. It's like a rectangle all the way. Beautiful. Now you might think that I'm not really trying at this point, but maybe that's the point. Maybe we just have to make it look a bit stupid. And then I can talk a bit more. Um, that's not right. That nose needs to go a bit lower. I don't even care if it's an art style. It needs to go lower. one. Let's take it a bit seriously. So it goes around like this. The thing about this guy is rectangle. God, you know, I could make a weird, fucked looking cartoon with this art style. Um, should remember the wrinkles. Don't even know where his hairline is. His hairline's like here, but like in the back. Um, See, now part of me thinks like I'm just gonna put up some politics in the side, and then I'm gonna start talking about politics all the time. Um, See, his nose is a lot bigger than I drew it. I was very kind to his nose. In fact, I'm gonna draw it bigger now. Hmm. It's actually not bigger. It's actually just needs to go along a bit more. Or is it bigger? Oh, I know. The issue is I keep drawing that side of the nose. I don't actually need to draw that side. So I just draw that, and then that, and then I draw a bit of that, and then I do that. And that his nose just kind of goes off on the side like that. There we go, beautiful. And then that line goes there, and then this line goes over here. This line around here, and this over here. But. This jaw isn't strong enough. Beautiful. That is exact. That is almost exact, I would argue. Um, I think this is just going to turn into a bit of a cartoonist thing. I don't know. Like before, I wanted to make really serious drawings that looked good, but I don't think I've got the brain for it. Or at least I might have the brain for it, but I don't think I have the patience right now to make that kind of face. So maybe I should just embrace the fact that I'm gonna draw it a bit shit, but at least try and get the basic shapes down. Because, I mean, some of these look terrible like this. I mean, this one looks freaking awful, but I would argue that is way more fun. You know, I love it. I love how crazy it is. What do I love about it so much? Maybe it's the eye. Maybe it's the just the roundness of the face. I don't know. I think it's a bit silly, but I like it. I think another thing is that I'm gonna come into these streams and I need to come in with a bit more things to talk about. I kind of know what I want to talk about, but I don't fully. So I might try and work out what that is for next time. Come into the stream, what do I want to talk about? Like I mentioned the Rwanda thing, and I sort of know what I'm talking about, but I don't fully. Admittedly, it might be worth looking at articles if I was going to do that, but I don't know if I want to do. I don't know if I want to do politics streaming right now. I want to make sure this is a portfolio that people actually want to watch. I think I'm going to focus on that. And I think I'm going to take this drawing challenge a bit more lightheartedly. In fact, this head isn't right at all. That is him well and truly. Righty-ho, I'm gonna stop there, I think. So we made really stupid drawing and slightly stupid drawing. Actually, we did this one as well, didn't we? Which was also pretty awful. But hey, I mean, I think that was because I was trying to be serious. Since I stopped being serious, you can make something. I mean, it's like I said, it's something from a terror group, but it's not bad. I don't think anyone watched at all, so I guess I'm not going to say thank you for watching because nobody watched. But what I will say is I'm working on it. I'm working on it, okay? I'm going to work slowly and truly on it, and this is just fun for me, to be honest, even if no one's watching. But with that said, it'll be freaking awesome if somebody watches next time round. So if for whatever reason you watch this video, I don't know why, but if for whatever reason you did watch this video, freaking subscribe to it, okay? And then watch the next video live so that I have someone to talk to while I'm making this thing. um, but if not, then continue living whatever life you want to live. I don't